What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the PHNX Suns Podcast, pregame edition. That's Flex. I'm Lindsay. That's Saul. That's Espo. And we are brought to you by Michelob ULTRA. And there is no better place to take in a Michelob ULTRA than a Suns watch party. We are out here at Gila River Resorts and Casinos Wild Horse Pass for our second watch party of the weekend. Excited for this. How you guys feeling?
Fun day. Let's do it.
Hey, it's a big game, big opportunity in the West today, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Suns are capable of doing against this Pelicans team that they beat a few nights ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got the Suns and the Pels on deck for this fine Sunday afternoon. Obviously, the last time these two teams faced off, it was in favor of the Suns. We got a 50-piece from Devin Booker. He now has 3 straight 50-point games against the Pelicans heading into this one. And yesterday at practice, he talked about how he expects the Pels to be more aggressive and probably more physical from the start. What are you guys thinking we're going to see from the Pelicans in this one?
Absolutely. Willie's a good coach. And this game is a little intriguing because I want to see how they respond. And if you look back to the Spurs game, you mollywopped them, and then the Spurs made adjustments, and it wasn't good for the Suns. So you got to know that they're coming in with a different mindset. Willie's locked in. Alvarado's playing. They have a fantastic they have a fantastic record when that kid plays, actually. I think they're 7-1 in the last 8 when he plays. So,
well, that'll be helpful for them because they're on a 4-game losing streak right now.
They need it.
They could,
and they're desperate. And so, this is a desperate Pelicans team, and this is a Phoenix Suns team that is ready to put the nail in the coffin. They get this one. 6 is pretty much locked in my opinion.
I agree. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I agree. Again, you got to take care of business, though.
Yeah.
And, to your point, the San Antonio Spurs made adjustments. I mean, the Pelicans have gotten dog walked by the Suns twice in a row. And both in their own home arena. But sometimes it's funny. Sometimes teams like to get away from home and they play on the road and they become a different team. I don't know what to expect from New Orleans today.
Yeah.
I do expect the Suns to handle business and win today.
Yeah. What I expect is them to go to Zion early and often against that matchup against Bradley Beal and try to use the physicality if we see Frank decide to go that route again, because they didn't go early to him in that last game. And I think it cost them. I mean, the Suns made that run early in that game, but Zion's so much bigger than Brad. I love Brad's effort against him, but if they're smart about it, they should get the advantage on the block.
Is that a trap, though?
Yeah. It could be.
Is Frank setting a trap?
Yeah.
Could be.
Hey, go all day to Zion down there. We're just going to take the 3 ball away, and we're going to kill you.
I mean, so as long as you are rotating the way that they have been lately and closing out on those threes, and you don't get Brad in foul trouble, I think it could be a way like we've seen some teams do that with Nurk, where it's like, get comfortable with going down to Nurk. You're not shooting threes. We're going to beat you that way.
Right.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one because I feel like the Pelicans probably have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, not just because the Suns beat them recently, but also that 4-game losing streak that they're on, losing ground in the playoffs and everything. But also, Willie Green spoke pregame today about planning for the big 3 and then trying to stop Devin Booker.
Well, it's exactly what you said. Like, you got 3 guys that can hurt you offensively. They do a good job defensively too of packing the paint, contesting shots. But if you take away Durant, you got Booker. If you take away Booker, you got Durant. You got Beal. So, and then Grayson Allen. He's been having a really good season. But it's a collective effort, multiple efforts. You got to have a high game plan discipline when you're playing against these good teams.
Coach, just to follow that up, after the last game, Devin says, so Willie knows most of my tricks. so how much do you even dig deeper into that part of it and game planning for him?
Yeah, we are. We're digging deeper. to take his opportunities away. He torched us the last few games, and we have to mix up the coverages on him.
I mean, it's a two-edged sword, right? Willie knows Book's bag, Book knows Willie's bag, so it's like which one is going to prevail in the game?
Yeah, well, it's really helped Willie the last 3 games. I mean, it's not like Book's bag's changed all that much, and he hasn't had an answer for him. Sure, Alvarado's back, but is that enough to change the dynamic? Maybe he scores in the 30s rather than the 50s, but still, I don't think there's some magic thing that Willie forgot about Devin that he's going to remember tonight to change the equation.
I think Alvarado was more of a pest for CP3 than he was for Book.
Totally.
Yeah, so I don't think he's really going to have too much of an impact on in terms of the nuisance that he usually is.
Agreed.
I could see. I feel like the Pelicans probably feel about the Suns the way the Suns felt about like the Mavs a couple years back, maybe even Denver a couple years back, maybe even still now a little bit, where it's heightened emotion around it because they've been beating you so much. You know what I mean? You really want that revenge, if you will, which sometimes works out in your favor. Other times can get you frazzled because you're focusing too much on the mental side of things.
Yeah, I think the key today is that Book ain't got 100 people from Moss Point, Mississippi in the crowd. Because that's really it. When he goes to Moss Point, that's an hour away from where they grew up, and they pack that house, and it feels like a home game. And, yeah, so this might be more of a home game for the Pelicans than it is the Suns in regards to what Devin been doing. I want to stay in New Orleans, man. Keep that boy out there cooking. He owned that team out there.
If that's the secret, I mean, Book's got $250 million. Can he fly all of Moss Point out here every game?
Hey.
Build him a whole freaking section in the arena if that's the key.
At that point, just move them out here.
Yeah.
We play more games here than anywhere else, so, like, let's do it.
Hey.
All I'm going to say is the New Orleans Pelicans haven't been the same since Espo went at them last year. Honestly, like,
Is that what happened?
tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know. I
wasn't here.
Ever since Espo told them, hey, just remember how to act when you're at the top, and then the fans lost their mind. They
Yeah,
came
our
at Espo
our
on
reviews have never
social.
bounced back.
Yeah, and they just tailed off since then. They haven't been the same scene since. They haven't been relevant since. Hey, karma's a bitch.
Do we got to make can I say that? They had to fuck Crowder, right? Shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Do we have to make a fuck Espo shirt if we play the Pelicans?
That'd be electric.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's the sentiment from a lot of people, not just New Orleans
Oh
people.
my God.
So.
Speaking of reviews, if you guys love us, you want to help us out and bounce back a little bit
Please.
from when the Pelicans fans came in and
Please.
tanked them, leave us a good review. Just throw that out there.
I'll never forget Lindsay and Gerald going, don't share that. Don't share that.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't listen.
We tried to save you, Espo, but sometimes
Yeah.
you just got to let them
They
cook.
were all up in their fields.
Whatever. All right, let's take a peek at the injury report for this one. On the Suns side of things, we're all good, you guys. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Smiles all around. On the Pelicans side of things, Zion Williamson and Jose Alvarado were questionable coming into tonight's game, but they both will play. Najee Marshall is out, and Brandon Ingram also remains out with that left knee bone contusion. So the only difference really in this one is for the Pelicans, Jose Alvarado is back in the mix. But like you said, that seemed like more of a CP3 thing than a Book thing.
Yeah, I mean, if the Suns take care of business tonight, they are firmly above the Pelicans, and I don't really have too much concern about the rest of the way there. And I agree with you. I think they've locked in the top 6 seed at that point. No concerns there, and it's a great opportunity for the Suns. And then after this, you can kind of just kind of feel your way through this and figure out if you really want to push for 5 and 4, if you just want to coast at 6, because right about now I'm kind of feeling good about
We'll
6.
revisit that whole do you win some, do you lose some intentionally. But with a win tonight, the Suns will be up 2 games on the Pelicans. They already own the tiebreaker, so that just like you said, kind of
3
cements
games.
and
Yeah,
locks
it's
in.
essentially 3, right?
Yeah,
With 5
locks
to go.
in that 6 seed over them. But
Look,
Those back-to-back games against the Clippers are going to be very interesting.
they are.
a war of attrition.
Oh, no, we lost against the Clippers again. Bummer.
Devin missed the flight to L.A. and he couldn't make it.
Oops.
Isaiah Thomas, I want to really see what you got, man. Get out of here.
All right. Well, speaking sorry, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, I feel like tonight the key is come out and punch him early, right?
Yeah.
Make it clear that you're still that team, right? That beat him the other night. night and get in their head a little bit. Don't give them any confidence whatsoever. Just jump on them in the first.
Facts.
And also build off of the defensive outing that you had on Friday night. That was probably one of the better games of the season defensively for the Suns. Like, just because you did that on Friday doesn't mean you can kind of let off the gas a little bit. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like, keep that ball rolling, build momentum for the rest of the season heading into playoffs. So that's a big key for tonight's game for me as well. But going back, we were talking about the Western Conference standings. Andrew sent us a super chat. Thank you, Andrew. They said, give me OKC first round in the playoffs. God bless, with a smiley face emoji. You guys changing up your opinions, or are we still locked in with where our ranking is of teams we'd like to see in the first round?
I want Minnesota.
Yeah.
Totally.
I want Minnesota. I'm not afraid of OKC, though. I'm really not.
No, but I don't want them.
Yeah, I wouldn't sign up for them
necessarily.
as a first. I'm with Saul. Minnesota's I'm going to tell you the part that I think is going to be super intriguing. We play Minnesota the last game of the year. And what I'm worried about is that it may be one of those situations where if you lose on purpose, you get that team. And that's never a good thing to do. I kind of hate that one because it's almost like you're telling the team right before we go to war. But at the end of the day, I'm still doing it.
It happened last year.
It did.
It happened last year. And they
You're
did
right.
fine.
And they did
you know?
fine.
I mean, they lost game one.
Yeah.
But after that, they took
yeah.
4 in a row. So
You're right. Good
I'm not
point.
too worried about that scenario. I don't even think that there's going to be much to play for in that last
It's
game.
not.
I think it'll all be locked up in terms of who's going to be where. So I'm not – because in my estimation, the way I think it's going to ultimately play out, I think the Clippers might fall from 4 to 5.
Okay.
The Mavs will go from 5 to 4, and I think maybe the Clippers will hold on just enough to stay ahead of the Suns in a perfect world. Now the Suns have total control over this over the course of the next 2 games after today, but
oh man, this is gonna get so damn intriguing, man.
Am I nuts? I want the Clippers in the 4-5 matchup.
I don't.
They're not playing well. They're hurt.
you're not going to get the Clippers though. You're not going to get the Clippers.
I
You're
think
gonna get the
there's
Mavs.
still a chance the Mavs.
There's no chance. The Mavs are playing at a high
They
level
were
right now.
they were
They're
losing
about
the
to
last
lose
I
tonight,
checked.
though.
Are they though?
Yeah.
Look at the score.
Oh shit!
You guys want to jump ahead and just go ahead and
Let's
look at
just-
some games
yeah,
to
why
watch?
don't we do
Well,
that?
why
No,
not? Let's just jump ahead
Oh.
real quick and take a peek at some of those. So in addition to the Suns-Pels game tonight, there's a couple games to keep an eye out on. Currently, we've got the Cavs and the Clippers.
Oh.
5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's 106 Cavs, 100 Clippers. Was this not? This was the game where the Clippers were down like almost 20, right?
20.
At one
They came
point?
back. Yeah, they were down 95-75.
They closed the gap in that third quarter. I think it was 12 points they were down by to start the fourth.
I'm just going to prep everybody right now.
Wow.
You know what's happening. You know where we're headed.
Where?
We all feel it.
Not Suns Mavs.
Dude, it's going to be
No.
Suns Mavs. in
No.
See
4-5.
this, I will
I'm
lose
telling
my
you we will.
mind. I will lose my
I'm
mind.
telling you it's going to happen. And we're all.
They'd have to
I'm not
lose.
scared. I'm just telling you that that's
It's
what's
just-
going to
it's-
happen.
I just
I
don't
don't
wanna-
think this town can handle this.
Oh, my God.
I
It's
know
just
we
too
can.
many
but-
emotions.
Can you
It's too
imagine?
much.
It's Dallas. That it's like Denver in the second round, and then, like it's no. Like it's just like
Listen,
no.
I will say, if it goes Mavs and then Dallas and then whomever else, and we win both those, that would exercise
Well,
some demons.
Mavs and Dallas are the same team.
I know
Mavs and
Denver.
Denver.
Sorry, Denver.
I will say
Whatever.
that, to your point, I will say this. I had this talk with someone. If they beat the Mavericks, if they were to play Dallas in the first round, and you exercise that demon, are they going to the finals? I'm telling you,
All right.
I really think that, yeah.
There is something
There's
to be
something
said
to that.
about exercising some
yeah,
demons.
I-
Get you feeling right and good.
It happened in 2021. No one wanted. Sorry, guys.
Damn, man.
No,
Turn your
sorry,
shit on
guys.
silent,
Sorry.
man.
Sorry. No one wanted the Lakers in 2021. And, you had all the history with Lakers and beating the Suns. and
one
when
person wanted the Lakers around.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. Remember that. We want to rewind the tape. I was
Okay.
calling that shit since
Yeah.
day one.
Yeah, and we got lucky that AD got hurt. Isn't that what everybody said?
But I believe that entire playoff run to the finals was all about that first round. Once they got past the Lakers, I don't think mentally they thought anybody could beat them. They're like, man, we got Bron out the way, we going. So it may be similar with Luka this year.
Look, I don't think the team gives a shit. For fans, I'm thinking we'll have to ditch Mick Ultra. I might have to have Pepto-Bismol that I chug at the beginning of every show because that's just going to be
Gross.
difficult, right?
All right, a couple other games to keep an eye on tonight. Since we already jumped the gun, we may as well talk about it. The Mavs and the Rockets game, that's in progress right now. About 8 minutes left in the fourth. Rockets 110, Mavs 107. 3-point game there,
Here come
y'all.
the Mavs.
And then, of course, keep an eye on later tonight. We'll have the Timberwolves and the Lakers tipping off. And I think there was one other one. What'd you say?
Kings Nets.
Kings Nets. There's another one. Yep. So a couple games to keep an eye on for this one. So
Kings lose tonight and the Suns win tonight. Kings
It's
are
wrap.
out. Yeah,
it's
that's
wrap.
Kings got no chance.
And we would love for the Lakers to lose this game tonight because you want to keep Minnesota up top in that range where we could play them 3-6. But also, ultimately, I think if the Lakers lose tonight, that wraps them up, too, with the Suns because they're 2 behind the Suns, but they own a tiebreaker. So, yeah, if you're a Suns fan, you're rooting for Minnesota to beat the Lakers tonight.
there you go. All right. Espo, what are the guys wearing in this one?
Oh, they are wearing their purple uniforms that I love, the Icon Edition versus the Association Edition for the Pelicans. I don't mind these Pelicans ones, a little New Orleans flair on the white jerseys. So a pretty visual matchup tonight.
Yeah, not too shabby. What are you guys feeling? Who you got by how much?
Man.
I got the Suns by 5.
Suns by
I believe.
5?
I believe
Okay.
I got the Suns by 5.
I got the Suns by 10 because why the hell not? Just go beat the crap out of them.
Okay. Flex?
Suns by 6, I think.
Okay, yeah, you got Suns by 6.
Yeah.
I also have the Suns by 6. I think the favorite, let's take a look at what the favorite is for the BetMGM Sportsbook app. I think it's a 6.5, right?
Yeah.
5.5? 5.5. Okay, so that's why I picked 6. I think they'll cover. But it's not going to be maybe as much of a monster win as we saw the other night, simply because I think the Pelicans probably feel some type of way about this team and this game specifically right now. So they're showing up big in this one. All right. The question of the day, though, what are we putting our money on the BetMGM Sportsbook app? Saul, you want to start?
Yeah, I'm hoping for a prayer right here. Yeah, Grayson Allen 2-point field goal for plus 3,000. That's all I'm going with.
Ooh. Backdoor cut.
I hope so.
Backdoor cut, and I
hope
can
so.
see it.
I hope so.
I'm there with you on the first field goal, but when Devin Booker pulled from the logo in the last game and hit, that to me was okay. I'm out of my head. I'm gonna pull on this, and hopefully whatever shooting woes were going on that night go away. He does it on a semi-regular basis when he's in a funk. So I'm taking Devin Booker 3-pointer first basket plus 1,400.
Okay.
I like that. I did this last night. I messed up, put this in last night. So I got 6.5 is my spread. So I got the Suns to win by 6.5. Total points over 22.5, 222.5. Right?
22.5, done.
I know, yeah. And then Book and KD both to score 30 for a plus 1,900.
Okay, I'm not mad at that one. I'm also rolling with first field goal. I've just been liking it lately. I like to rip the Band-Aid off right away and know
Same.
if I won or lost. I haven't really been enjoying those like parlays this year around the Suns where I got to wait until the final buzzer. So I'm rolling with Book for the Suns' first field goal at a plus 260. So
Makes sense. He's
We'll
on
see.
fire against
All
them.
right.
we'll see. I don't know, but let's take a peek at what the leaderboard is looking like right now. So rounding us out, we got Flex with minus 117.51, Saul minus 21.24, me with $64.23, and Aspo at the top, 503.50.
Still sitting above that 500 mark.
Yeah, for one game.
Could be sitting above that 600 mark if this goes the way I want. So.
Well, let's hope it doesn't. But
then,
here's the deal.
then you lose too, don't you?
No, because mine could just be a 2-pointer for Book, and I would still
Okay,
win.
that's
Mine is
fair.
just him to make the
That's
first field goal.
fair.
So we're
I would
hoping for a
lose.
Book layup or a midi. That's what we're hoping for, not a
No,
3.
we're hoping for a Grayson Allen layup or a midi.
I'm hoping for none of that shit.
If you guys want to get in on the action, you can download and sign up for the BetMGM Sportsbook app. And make sure you sign up using that bonus code PHNX. When you use the bonus code PHNX, all you got to do is place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app for at least $10, and you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if that bet loses. You can check out the show notes for full details, and now you can listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms. This promotional offer is not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Get stuffed, Ontario and Puerto Rico. Let's get your boy Flex in the positive today.
Come on,
Bro,
Boricuas.
at the very least, can you just get like in single digits in the minus?
That's
I
what
feel
I'm
like
trying.
that's like I would be okay with that too.
I'm just trying to get some positive money.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
You win tonight, you're above.
I'm in it,
you're out of the basement.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, fingers crossed. Okay, gentlemen, final thoughts on this matchup we're about to watch.
Handle your business early.
Yes.
Like Espo said, go to work early, stay focused on the defensive end, put the nail in the coffin. This is the opportunity to kind of make the rest of the season, a little easier for yourself. So go out there, don't play around, get it done.
I'm kind of the opposite. Take care of business in the second half. They've kind of given away leads a little bit. Nothing really too dramatic, but if this is a close game, then you can't afford those kind of mislapses in the third or the fourth quarter. So I'm looking for their second half performance to increase.
Close out on 3-pointers. It's just that simple for me. As long as you don't give them easy threes, I think you can win tonight.
All right, thank you all for joining us. A little bit of a short show today, but we're going to go hang out with our friends out here at Wild Horse Pass Hotel and Casino for our watch party. If you want to stay in the know of all the events we've got going on for the rest of the season and into the playoffs, head over to gophnx.com and click the events tab. And while you're over there, check out all the perks you get for being a diehard and sign up to be one today. The biggest perk, in my opinion, is the discounts on merch and events, and of course, the access to the Discord channel because it's a heck of a lot of fun in there. Okay, we'll meet you back here for the post-game show. Bye.
We all silly like the mayor.